How's it going?
Good, pretty good.
That's a man of a good style, class, and taste. With the name, yeah. I like the VV instead of the W, you know? My name's Jollz. I'm a Radiant player. If you're enjoying this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. If you're interested in coaching yourself or want a chance to win free coaching, be sure to watch the end of the video for details. Other than that, enjoy the video. All right, so Silver 2 currently. Okay, 15 games this act. So how, do you just not play that much?
For competitive, yeah. I don't play too much. Mostly play unrated because I usually play with like my siblings or friends.
Ah, I see.
They're all usually higher ranked than me.
All right, and which agents do you like playing usually?
I was playing Chamber, but after the nerf, I can't play him.
Yeah, he kind of got butchered, I won't lie. But he's definitely not as oppressive as he was. He's still playable, don't get me wrong, but yeah, completely different now. So since nerf, is that the Viper that I've been seeing?
Yeah, well, it's only been like a few days.
Yeah,
but I've been playing Viper.
No, it looks good. Headshot percentage is pretty good. It's not bad. And looks like a Vandal, mainly Vandal player. Okay, cool. All right. Looks good. Okay, so instead of the buy that we did, you almost always want to go armor if you're not buying a ghost. You either go ghost and then the rest of your util, or you go armor and some util. You have your orb.
I sometimes forget util.
Yeah, so we had an orb to block off an entry point, you know what I mean? A lot of the times you want to be using your util like that, or use your wall to kind of close distances, basically to avoid yourself putting in a spot where you're exposed from multiple angles. Another thing too is on first rounds, you usually want to go with armor and then the rest with like util, or you go with like a ghost and then whatever util you want to buy. But not buying a ghost or not buying an armor, I feel like puts you at a pretty big disadvantage. So instead of going like full armor, you would just go you know, light shield and something. So this round, because we lost pistol, you just save completely. Yeah, you could probably buy some util, just probably not use it, and it'll just carry over to the next round. That's what I usually do. And when I would maybe think about using my util, like maybe we get 1 or 2 kills and it's like a 5v3, then maybe we can invest some util in the round. That was unlucky. I thought our Sage would have came with us, but the idea is on these save rounds is to do as much damage as possible. Not necessarily win. You just want to try and get some guns out of their hands. So this is already amazing round, even if we lose. Usually gets the most toxic teammates. Usually never solos. That's fair. There's a lot of... Okay, so yeah, this wall is... one thing that sucks sometimes, like when you push alone like this, you know, it sucks when your teammate doesn't follow you up, right? And like just push in to trade you or something like that. Usually that's what should be happening. And if you're not noticing that your teammates are doing that, usually I just wait for them. So maybe we wait for like a fade dog to try and get some info, or we just really just wait for our teammates. Okay, this is better. Okay. Not the worst wall, actually. We have sight, so I guess we can just hold main now.
Oh, shit.
All good, all good. No worries, no worries, no worries. So I feel like there we got a little bit, we started running and gunning a little bit, right? Yeah. Because you're like, oh shit, you know, he's a Bucky, maybe we're too close. So that happens though, that happens. One thing I would recommend though, so with crosshair placement, you do want to make sure that our crosshair placement is always going to be like around head level, right? Always head level every time. So when they do come in your crosshair, you're ready for that fight and you're going to be, you know, just aiming for their head. Also, avoid running and gunning, right? You're inaccurate when you're running and you're relying on like RNG to kind of carry that. So also too, you want to prioritize Vandal light armor instead of Spectre full armor on buy rounds, if you're forcing up at least. Oh, it was a good try. They did a lot of damage. Seriously, it was good.
Oh, 110 KO.
Yeah, good comm. One thing too, though, if you do plan on spraying and committing, it's not bad to crouch. I know that there's like a common misconception about like, oh, if you crouch, crouching is bad. Don't crouch, right? Crouching isn't necessarily bad. What's bad is if you like overcommit and spray every single encounter. That's bad. But if you do plan on spraying, crouching is perfectly fine. So yeah, if you plan on full sending it like that, just hop into the crouch. Maybe we would have been able to kill him.
One enemy remaining.
I don't care. Okay, 2v1 situation. How do we play this? Let's see.
Last player standing.
Yeah, Phoenix is throwing hard. I already know he's on the comms right now talking shit. Nice job. This was a really good round. So one thing I want to say is like, even though you didn't really like shoot anyone or do anything, right? But you played to win. You played around the objective, which was the spike. You played it correctly, right? Even though it was a 2v1, you had spike down. You had no reason to peek. Now, Phoenix was throwing, and I can already tell after Phoenix died, he was probably molding in the comms. I can't personally hear the comms, but I can only imagine that they did something like that. What you could do, maybe, you could even comm to your teammate, hey, you know, it's a 2v1. We could just play the bomb, something. Like, it's more of just, you're not telling them how to play, but you're giving them a suggestion. Whether they, you know, listen to that or not is up to them. But you did play it right. Ideally, your Phoenix would be playing it with you as well, but that's just something. Welcome back. Let's go. And then immediately watch flank. Good.
One enemy remaining.
We have to make sure we're constantly watching it. Yeah. I would just start. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that molly hit.
The first one I definitely missed.
Yeah. Second one's good though. No, it was good. It was good. It was good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, careful with reloading too frequent. That's something that I've been noticing a lot.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
I'm noticing that, you know, you take a couple shots and you start reloading. Just remember, you only need like 2 shots to that, you know? What are they gonna say? You know, I'm gonna be like, let's try. That's honestly like probably one of the hardest things to kill. Like a moving, sliding neon ulting in your face.
The neon ulti really messes up the aim.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I don't fault you for missing that. The play was good though. I like that you played it in main. So that's something that a lot of people don't do. Like after you take site, the idea is to go back into A main and basically like keep control of that. So that's one thing that you are doing very well. And then you're basically playing in a good spot for the post plant.
Well.
Opping, all good.
Yep.
Sort of, I would have probably peeked it the same way, only because I wasn't expecting her to be opping, to be honest. But what you could always do, if you have an idea that they might actually be opping, you could always jump spot if you want.
I was actually expecting the Brimstone again, not the Reyna opping, because she hasn't done it in a while.
I want you to ult me, daddy.
The gray sack with a 10 gifted. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Damn, this Brimstone.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a good try. The thing is, when you're playing close angles like that, like you stick out a lot more than what you actually see. We still won 8-4, not bad. So yeah, this round let's go with either armor. Yeah, let's go with armor, light shield, and then you could buy poison cloud and a snake bite. Yeah. Or if you want a ghost, you could always go with a ghost and then poison cloud, I think. But it's up to you entirely. Both of those are interchangeable. I would just hold it. Hold it for retake. Yeah, just hold it for retake. Don't worry about it right now. Okay, payback on the Brimstone. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Let's try. So usually with your snake bites and your poison clouds, you usually want to hold them. Like hold it so they can't like escape out of it. You know what I mean? The idea is like if they're pushing through it, you want to punish them for it, because if you're holding too far back, basically they can run out of the poison cloud or snake bite and then just wait for the DK to come back before they peek you. You know what I mean? But if you're holding it, you're forcing them to either fight in the snake bite or like run and gun kind of deal and hope they get lucky. So definitely try and hold your poison clouds and, you know, snake bites a little bit more. The only thing that you have to be a little bit more worried about is if they have pop flashes or something like a breach flash, then, you know, you can play a little bit more mindful about it. But the idea, yeah, if you can, just try and hold your utility basically.
Last player standing.
No worries, no worries. I think we started shooting a little bit early there on the Reyna. Yeah, it's, I think mainly the biggest issue for us is the gun control. It's just something like we're not super comfortable with where our bullets are going when we are spraying and committing to gunfights. But sometimes our plays aren't that bad, right? Like, you know, trying to molly off heaven so your teammate can defuse kind of deal, and like mollying off B main. Like these are all perfectly fine plays. I think if we just had a little bit more focus on our aim, I think we could have probably won that round. And usually what I like doing on save rounds for defense, you want to stack with somebody, maybe do some crazy play with them. Like if they're going aggressive, go aggressive. So like our Sage is going drop. Let's go drop with her. Sure. Okay. No, she's not going drop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go main with her. Yeah, that's fine. Just follow her around. Basically, you just want to stick together on save rounds like this, because the idea would be like if the enemy kills your teammate or kills you, maybe your teammate or you get the trade. Who is Jollztv? He's the nightmare dream of all radiance. His demographic. Wait, demonic gameplay has no rhythm or reason. What is this, copy pasta? Yeah, so usually the Sage is going to be getting this trade, but
or not.
Or not. And you did 100 to him. Unlucky. But the idea is there, right? So if you guys go together, that's what should be happening. And then you guys get the Brimstone kill, and then you get to maybe swap out the Spectre for a Vandal, and maybe the round is winnable. So that's usually the idea for save rounds. Yeah, this is such a hard round to win. Try. Yeah, that's the time right there. I probably would have crouched. I would have shot like 2 shots and then like went into the crouch. Because the idea behind like crouching with your sprays or after 2 shots is basically like you're ducking their bullets, because they're going to be realigning their bullets to aim for your head. You know what I mean? If you're standing still. It's the same thing if you just insta crouch right away. They're just going to reposition at your head level. So the idea is like you take 2 shots and then you hop into the crouch. I'll show you an exercise after this in the practice range for you. But all right. Nice. Nice job.
Spike down A.
Oh no.
Okay, how much money does everyone have? Okay, yeah, we're definitely buying this round. Let's go. Wait, sell your util?
Still can't afford, right? Oh, not can. For this.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay, so this round you're gonna ult. You can ult A site.
Usually do you ult from above or below?
I do it from above only because yeah, you can just do it from above. Only because it leaves like a pocket you can go underneath if you want. But now that they nerfed it, I don't know if it's the best wall anymore.
Last player standing.
I don't mind the bursting, right? The bursting and strafing was good. It was actually really good. I think it's just something that we have to practice a little bit more on. So definitely it's like a gun control thing.
Oh no.
The one thing I'm noticing is with our utility, I like the smoke orb, it's fine, but I think we need to start using it preemptively. Like preemptively throw it into main, you know what I mean? So like the second you can hear any footsteps, any util used, you want to activate your smoke orb rather than, oh, I hear something, I'm going to throw my utility and then activate. By then it's too late, you know what I mean? And then if they're not A, you just pick it back up when you go back B. The idea would be like, oh, you hear util, you hear footsteps, boom, snake orb goes, or smoke orb goes up, and then snake bite goes out. Yeah, exactly. That was a good shot.
Last player standing.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow. Yeah, this is better. This is good. Yeah, the reason this wall's so good is because they have to cross it like multiple times. You can throw it up and put a lot of pressure on them. But looks like they're going B. Here's a problem. Like, it's really hard for me to... Oh, nice.
Oh.
Good shit. Nice trade. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was sick. One thing I wanted to say, I really like the way that you play like post plants on attack side. Really good. That's exactly what you should be doing, right? You get in a good spot and just play around the spike. So that's very smart. And for the most part, our utility isn't bad either. There could definitely be some like improvements somewhere. So let me share my screen and then go over some stuff too that'll help you. So this wall is really good because you can push up here and then hold the wall this way. You know what I mean? If you wanted to. And maybe you drop it with your teammate and you guys like hold in case they're behind here, or you can hold it from back here, right? So there's a multi-purpose wall. That's the idea behind it. And then smoke orb, you know, you could just throw this in wherever. It doesn't matter. You can literally throw it here, or you can throw it up here. I think up here is probably better. That way they have to drop down, and as they drop down, you basically punish them down there. Probably something like this, because if it's down here, let's see. I think like they can see over it to heaven. Yeah, so don't really want that. But that's what I usually do. I would throw the wall this way and into main, and then I would throw the smoke orb here into drop, and then you have both of this. And then if you have to go B, I pick up the smoke orb, and then you have it for the retake. Or you can save your wall completely for retake in general. When you retaking, like I would throw something like this. And that way, like, it just blocks this off, and it blocks the heaven off, air tower, and you're chilling. The idea would just be, like I said, right? Like, you just have this. If I hear any sounds, I'm immediately, like, just throwing this up. Because, one, it stalls, and I would hold it, right? The idea should be holding it like this, not like this. Because what happens if they push out this way? And then they just wait out the decay, and then after the decay, then they PQ. You know what I mean? So what you want to do is punish them for pushing out through your util. And especially if it's like a molly. If there's a molly, I want to hold. I want to hold for sure, because if they come out to fight you, you want them to fight on the molly. Otherwise, they're going to be doing this. They're going to be running and gunning you to try and get out of it, or they fight on it, and maybe the molly trades the kill. Highly recommend holding our utility. Other than that, our utility has been good. And with our ults, whenever our ult is up on defensive side, you do want to just ult preemptively, and ulting top side, just whatever, it's fine. It's good. It gives you like a little pocket to play with down here. Unfortunately, with the Viper nerfs, your thing does drain super quick and it comes back very slow. So just something to think about. Let me go over gun control stuff, because this was the main issue. Util stuff was definitely something that, you know, you could do a little bit better with, but it's not like the main reason, in my opinion. Okay, a couple things. One, our crosshair placement. Crosshair placement needs to always be head level, and the best way of practicing our crosshair placement isn't really necessarily to play a lot of games like unrated or ranked games. It could, but I think you get better slowly doing that. So what I would recommend is going into a lot of death matches and just playing a ton of death matches for your crosshair placement. And realistically, like what you should be doing is just holding walls and headshot level, what you think is headshot level, and then wait for them to come around the corner. And then when they come around the corner, ask yourself, am I off? How much am I off? Is it too high, too low, blah, 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 et cetera, right? And that is how you just slowly fine tune your crosshair placement. So death matching definitely is the best way of doing it. Now, as for aiming exercises, this is something that I would highly recommend we do a lot. One, spraying. Okay, with spraying, this is what I meant about crouching after 2 shots. So you take 2 shots and then you crouch, right? And then crouch and then commit. So it's like 2 shots, crouch, And this makes it so, you know, you're not just sitting still where they can just like, if they started their shots and they just like readjust to your head, you know what I mean? Like very easily because you're not moving, you're standing still, you know, this is super easy. But like if I'm adjusting to their head and then they crouch and I'm like, oh shit, I have to bring it back down, you know, it's like, it's a lot harder to do. Now to make sure that our spray is going where we think it's going, this is an important thing. I would highly recommend looking at the wall like this, spraying an entire clip and making it look pretty, you know, tight like this. You're just gonna do the exact same thing, and then we just keep backing up until it doesn't look as good. And then basically if it looks like this, we're like, okay, this isn't good. We need to like pull down a little bit more. Maybe we're not pulling down to the left as much, or we're not pulling down to the right as much, right? So it's like we need to find like a good control over this. And then we're like, okay, that looks good. All right, let's back up again. And we just rinse and repeat. We're like, that doesn't look good. That looks like shit. This looks real bad. And then you just keep fine-tuning it, and then eventually you'll get to a point where you're like, oh, okay, this looks good. Now, with bursting and strafing, this is another important thing that you should definitely get down. It's basically just taking a couple shots, strafing, taking a couple shots, strafing, doing this, right? And when doing this, you want to go slow, like just aim, strafe, stop, shoot, strafe, stop. Just keep doing it like this. And we just go slow. The idea with this is just to make sure that our bullets we're getting our headshots, right? And then once we have a good understanding of this, we can start speeding it up a tad bit. And then we'll get to a point where this becomes very comfortable for you, and you want to do like 2 to 3 bullets is good, right? Don't do like 1.
Yeah, and thank you for the coaching.
Yeah, no worries at all. Seriously, look forward to hearing, you know, how the climb goes and all that good stuff. So, all right, have a good rest of your day. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Yeah, see ya. Yo, W session. If you're interested in coaching yourself, click the link in the description, click the book a lesson button, and select your plan and time. So if you want to win free coaching, be sure to comment down below your Discord name without the hashtag and what you learned from the video. I'll be picking out a person randomly.